Hello children and viewers. So in this class I am going to derive the equations of motion when the body is moving with uniform accelerated motion or the body is moving with constant acceleration. So now come to the what is equation of motion? What is equation of motion? So the equation of motion is nothing but, so that is the equation, so that can be give the relation between the u, v, a, s, t, and then now that is the equation that can be gives a relation between these physical quantity. What are that physical quantity? U is nothing but initial velocity, v is nothing but final velocity, a is nothing but acceleration of the body, s is nothing but distance or displacement, t is nothing but time taken for the journey, and nothing but, so that equation, the equations of motion are the nothing but equations, so that can be give the relation between the u, v, a, s, t. So here u is nothing but the initial velocity, so when time t equal to 0, and next v is nothing but final velocity, so when time t equal to t, and s is nothing but distance or displacement, covered in the time t, and nothing but a is nothing but, now a is nothing but acceleration of the body. So here t is nothing but time taken for the journey, so that is nothing but the equation that can be gives a relation between the u, v, s, a, t. That equations are called equations of motion. So now we are going to derive the equations of motion for uniform accelerated motion. So by using the velocity versus time graph, So to derive the equations of motion, so let us consider, so it is a body, let us consider it is a car or a body traveling along a straight line, with uniform acceleration, or with constant acceleration. So now when you start your timer, so now consider, so that time will be 0, at the time will be 0, so the velocity of the body will be considered u, and nothing but when you start the timer of your clock, so the time will be 0, at that time, so the car velocity will be considered u, and now after time t, and nothing but, so when you are stopped the timer, so that time will be considered t, at that time, so the velocity of the body will be considered v. Now we are consider the body is moving with uniform acceleration or constant acceleration. So now in this time t, so the car will be cover some distance or displacement, that will be considered s, and the time taken for this journey will be considered t. Now we have to derive the equations between them. So for that purpose I am taking the velocity versus time graph, and now here I am drawing a graph by taking the time on x-axis and velocity on y-axis. Nothing but v is on y-axis, time is on x-axis. So now when time t equal to 0, so what is the velocity? That velocity is considered u. And when time t equal to t, so what is the velocity? That velocity will be considered v. And nothing but, let us consider this is a time 0 and this is a time t. So now when time t equal to 0, let us consider the initial velocity will be u. Nothing but when time t equal to 0, the velocity will be u. And now consider, so this is the v, and now when the time t equal to t, so now the velocity will be v. This is the point, and nothing but, so these are coordinates of 0 comma u and these are coordinates of t comma v. and here x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is u, and here x coordinate is t and y coordinate is v. So that's why this the point can be represent the 0 comma u, and this point can be represent the t comma v. So now when I join these 2 points, so you get a line. You get a line. So now this can be the line that can be represent the velocity versus time graph. Velocity versus time graph. So already you know that the velocity versus time graph slope gives the acceleration. The slope of velocity versus time graph gives the acceleration. Slope of VT graph gives acceleration. So that's why here when we find the slope, that slope is nothing but gives the acceleration. So what is the slope? That is nothing but the ratio between the, it is the ratio between the change in the difference in the y coordinate to difference in the x coordinate. So to find the slope, I am taking the 2 points on the graph. So one is when time t equal to 0, A, and another one is the when time t equal to t, when time t equal to t. So this is the point B. So when time t equal to 0, what is the y coordinate? What is the y coordinate? U, and nothing but this can be called as y1. And when time t equal to t, what is the y coordinate? V, and nothing but here y2 is v1 and y1 is u. So that's why y2 minus y1, and nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So here y2 is nothing but v and y1 is u, and nothing but v minus u by x2. What is x2 here? T. And what is x1? 0, and nothing but t minus 0. So that's why v minus u by t. So what is acceleration? The acceleration is nothing but v minus u by t, and the acceleration is nothing but change in the velocity, the change in the time. So when you do the cross product, what you get? You get the v minus u equal to at. So this is called the first equation of motion. This is called the first equation of motion, or it can be written as so v equal to, and when I bring the minus u to the right side, you get the u plus at. So now this is called the first equation of motion. This is called the first equation of motion. So this first equation of motion can be, this can be represent the relation between the initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and time. And so this is the equation of velocity in function of time. This is the equation of velocity in function of time. And next come to the distance or displacement. Distance or displacement. So now when you draw the velocity versus time graph, this is the line you got. So if you find the area under this graph, so that area can be gives the distance or displacement travelled by the body in the time t. Already you know that. So the area under velocity versus time graph gives what? Distance or displacement. Distance or displacement. Distance or the displacement. So that's why I am going to find the area under this AB graph. To find the area under this graph, I am going to draw the one perpendicular from point B to the x-axis. So that will be intersect on the x-axis somewhere. That point will be considered C. And then after I am going to draw the another perpendicular from A to this line. So now it will be intersect somewhere here on the BC line. So that point will be considered D. And to find the area, I am dividing this area into 2 parts. So that's why when I draw these 2 perpendicular, you get the 2 shapes. One is a rectangular and another one is a triangle. So now you can easily find the area. Now you can easily find the area. So what is the area under this graph? So that is nothing but area under AB is nothing but what? That is nothing but area of rectangle. Area of rectangle. What is the rectangle here? OADC. Rectangle OACD or DC, your choice, plus area of triangle. Area of triangle. So area of triangle. What is the triangle name? The triangle name is nothing but what? ABD. ABD. So ABD is nothing but what? ABD. 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 ABD is nothing but what? A So to find this area of triangle OACD, area of rectangle ABD. So now observe the graph. So when we observe this graph, so from this graph, so this OC equal to AD. OC equal to AD. So this OC can be represent the time taken for the journey. That's why the AD also represent the time taken for the journey. So that's why OC equal to AD is nothing but T, and as well as so this OA can be represent what? Initial velocity. So that's why this OA, whatever this OA, so that is also can be same as what? CD. So that's why from the graph what you can written as OA equal to CD, that can be represent the U. And so this CB or BC can be represent that the BC is equal to nothing but the final velocity, and nothing but the length of the BC can be gives the what? Final velocity. So the BC equal to what? V, final velocity. But what about the BD? So the BD is nothing but so to find the BD, simple I am subtracting this and nothing but, so to find the BD I am subtracting the CD from BC. To find the BD length, to find the BD length, I am subtracting this CD length from BC. So that's why the BD can be written as what? This BC minus what? CD. But BD equal to what is BC? So the BC is nothing but what? V. And what is CD? CD is nothing but U. So the BD equal to what? V minus U. And from first equation of motion, so that V minus U can be written as what? AT. V minus U can be written as what? AT. So now you have to remember this one. And now come to this area under this area under AB. This area under AB can be represent what? Distance or displacement, that is nothing but what? S. Distance or displacement, that is nothing but S, equal to area of rectangle OACD. So rectangle is nothing but what? The area of the rectangle is nothing but length into breadth. Here length is nothing but OC and breadth is nothing but CD. So that's why what is the area of rectangle OACD is nothing but OC into what? CD, plus area of triangle ABD is nothing but what? The area of triangle is nothing but 1 by 2 base. So what is the base here? AD into height. Height is nothing but what? BD. So that's a S equal to OC. What is OC? The OC is nothing but what? The time. What is OC? The OC is nothing but here T. Into CD. What is CD? The CD is nothing but U. Plus 1 by 2 AD. So what is AD? So the AD is nothing but again time taken into T. Again next BD is nothing but what? BD is nothing but V minus U. V minus U. So that's why when I rearrange this equation, so this UT plus 1 by 2 V minus U into T. S is equal to UT plus 1 by 2 V minus U into T. So this is called second equation of motion. Second equation of motion, nothing but distance or displacement. This can be equation that can be represent the distance or displacement in function of time. And as well as it can be also can be rearranged like this. So in place of V minus U, when you substitute AT, so what you get? That is nothing but S equal to UT plus 1 by 2 V minus U. V minus U is nothing but what? AT. So this AT into T. So that's why this AT into T is nothing but what? S equal to UT plus 1 by 2 AT square. So this is also called what? Second equation of motion. So these two are called these two can be represent the second equation of motion. And now I am going to derive the third equation of motion. So by using this second equation of motion and first equation of motion. So what is the first equation of motion? That is nothing but V minus U equal to AT or V equal to U plus AT. So this is the first equation of motion. And what is the second equation of motion? That is nothing but S equal to ut plus 1 by 2 v minus u into t, or equal to or S equal to ut plus of at square. This is the second equation of motion. So now by taking this form, and this is the second equation of motion. So by taking this form of the second equation of motion, so now I am simplifying this one. So now S equal to ut plus, so when this 1 by 2 is multiplied inside, what you get? So 1 by 2 v into t vt, plus into minus 1 by 2 u into t ut. So S equal to ut. So when I rearrange the equation, minus 1 by 2 ut plus 1 by 2 vt. Next, if I simplify this one, here what is LCM? So here ut minus 1 by ut. So here ut minus 1 by ut is there. So when you do the LCM of ut minus 1 by ut, you get the ut by 2, plus what will be there here? Vt by 2. So because here, so ut minus 1 by 2 ut is nothing but, if you do the LCM, you get the 2. So here 1 will be there. So with what value the 1 is multiplied to get the 2? 2 into ut, 2 ut minus, so with what value the 2 is multiplied to get the 2? 1 into ut. So that's a 2 ut minus ut. 2 into ut minus ut. So that's a what you get? Ut by what will be there? 2. So that's why I am taking here ut by 2. And next, what is the remaining part? Vt by 2. So that's why if I take the t by 2 common, so what you get here? U and plus v. So this is the one of the form of third equation of motion. If you rearrange this equation, and nothing but, so if you substitute the formula for t from equation of 1, what is the equation of 1? What is the first equation of motion? So from first equation of motion, so the time t is nothing but what? The time t is nothing but v minus u by a. So here t will be there, and if I bring the a to the left side, it become what? V minus u by a. So if I substituted in the place of t, that is nothing but v minus u by a here, what you get? You get that S equal to t is nothing but what? V minus u by a by 2 into u plus v, or you can written as v plus u. So now if I simplify, S is equal to v minus u by 2a into v plus u. So now these two are in the form of a plus b into a minus b. What is the form of a plus b into a minus b? A plus b into a minus b is nothing but what? A square minus b square. So that's why you can written as S equal to v square minus u square by 2a. So if you do the cross product, what you get? If you do the cross product, you get that v square minus u square equal to 2a into s. So now this is the another form of third equation of motion. And nothing but these are the two forms of third equation of motion, and these are the two forms of second equation of motion, and these are the two forms of first equation of motion. So this is about the equations of motion when the body is moving with uniform acceleration motion. So from the velocity versus time graph, we derived the three equations of motion. So what are they? The first equation of motion is nothing but v minus u equal to at, or v equal to u plus at. And the second equation of motion is nothing but S equal to ut plus of at square, or S equal to ut plus, so v minus u by 2 into And what is the third equation of motion? The third equation of motion is nothing but v square minus u square equal to 2as, or s equal to v plus u by 2 into t. S equal to v plus u by 2 into t. So these are the three equations of motion when the body is moving with uniform accelerated motion. So these are three very important to solve the so many problems when the body is in the motion.